Barry, you were incredibly successful during 5 years you spent in the US as the CEO of Burger King. Tell us, what was the secret of your success over there?
When people talk about my success at Burger King, I say, stop right there. Their success, not my success. It's the people I picked, who I could rely on. And it became so important to me, that key ability I've had in life to be able to find the right people who are fit for the task, and to convince them to come and join me.
Did you find it easy to adjust to the US environment?
No, not really. There's a much higher emphasis in the US on activity rather than effectiveness. So it's very important to be up at 5 o'clock in the morning. And while you're at the treadmill in the gym, you're checking your BlackBerry and thinking about the 800 things that you've got on your agenda to do today before you go to sleep.
So you are saying things are different in Europe?
Yes, I think in Italy, Germany, France, etc., it's more like, do one thing. We may take our time over it, but it's done properly.
People say American business is dominated by lawyers. Is that true? And did you have problems adapting to that?
Oh, it's horrendous, make no mistake. In the UK, when I ran Grand Met with 30,000 people, we had one lawyer. We got to Burger King and we had 14. You could run a corporation with 14 managers. We had 14 lawyers. This and the emphasis on hyperactivity are the two big differences with the US.
And do you think leadership is changing now?
Oh yes, I think more and more you'll find that leadership is about representing the company and branding the organization. I think Richard Branson does it very well with Virgin. It's about being the figurehead for what you stand for, how you do business, the personality of the company, rather than the things you push out there.
One important thing we haven't mentioned is communication. How about differences in communication style in the US compared to here?
Oh, the Americans are terrible listeners. They are absolutely wonderful givers out, but do they listen? No, they don't. I use a joke. You've got 2 eyes, 2 ears and 1 mouth. That's 4 to receive and 1 to give out. That used to be my rule in terms of listening and giving out information, but it's probably the reverse on the other side of the Atlantic.
So, a final question. Coming back to you, what are the personal qualities that made Burger King recruit you? Your main personal qualities?
Well, I asked a good friend once what my main qualities were, and I was expecting that he would say I had great decision-making qualities, or that I was one of the world's greatest communicators. Both, I agree, are very, very important. But he said I was the most restless person and greatest risk-taker he'd ever met. I think he meant a combination of 3 things: energy, curiosity, I'm interested in everything, and won't take no for an answer. Come on, guys, you haven't had a new product here in 8 years. Let's have 40. Of course, other people will just call me stubborn.